This has to be the most biased pick ever.
I hate it here.
I mean, they just got their ass handed to them.
I think I'm chasing the value on this game.
I like my takes on how I like my woman. Hot and questionable.
I'm way better than Tyler.
What are you doing, Lewis?
I'm laying the points.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laying the Points. It has been a minute, 595 days to be exact, since we were last here. So for any of y'all who are new, or any of y'all who forgot, my name is Alec McDonald. I'm joined by my boys, Tyler, Mr. Sweetheart Teaser Needleman.
Present.
Luis, Big Lou Mangia.
Present.
And Anthony, Big Tasty Picano.
Present. Let's fucking go. We're back.
Yes,
What
sir.
started from a Morgan Wallen trip and bullshit talking and a lot of beers and a lot of singing turned into we're fucking back.
Shout out Risa for that one, the best Uber driver that I never got to see. Our biggest fan.
Nice lady.
That was very funny.
All right.
We gotta send this to her.
Oh, we'll make sure she gets this. 100%. Whoever ordered that Uber has got to like retip her or something. Send it.
I do. I gave her I remember I gave her like a $25 tip too. Like, it was fat.
Let's make sure we shout out our biggest fan that was brought to that concert in the Uber, Brett Croak.
Brett Croak. Brett, if
Shout
you're
out to
listening to
Brett Croak.
this, you're a legend. Biggest
Shout
fan
out, Brett.
around. All right. Well, gentlemen, I think, for today, we've all got something that we're pretty passionate about, individually. Each person's got their own thing they're going to talk about. So anyone want to kick us off here?
I'm going to kick it off by saying that the Dallas Cowboys are the most feeble organization in the fucking league. And all the teams that I like, everyone makes fun of me for being a bandwagon fan. That's a bullshit fucking statement.
Okay.
That's
So,
bullshit.
I do agree the Cowboys suck.
You know what's really funny? What's really funny is I was actually talking to Picano earlier today, and I asked him, I was like, if you're like a bandwagon fan, like you're not like a true fan, you just like pick teams. I'm like, why'd you pick such a shitty team in the Cowboys? Like, why didn't you just pick a better team? Like, why'd you pick a team that just gives
Like the
you so much
Patriots
stress?
would have made sense.
Nah,
Yeah,
fuck
like,
Tom. Fuck Tom
Why
Brady.
don't
I
you pick a
can't.
better team that wouldn't cause all this stress on you? Like, you're not really a Cowboys fan, so like, why do you stress out? Why did you let this bring you down?
First,
like just pick a better team.
First of all, I am a true Cowboys fan. I am. I have like 4 jerseys already. 2 are on the way. Number 1. Number 2, I didn't want the Jets to break my heart anymore. So I've actually picked a team that breaks my heart every fucking year.
Wait, so you were a Jet fan?
Yes, when I was a kid,
Ooh.
Lou, I was a Jets fan.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can see why you switched to the Cowboys. I mean,
Oh my
it can't
God.
get much worse.
I don't know though. As a Jet fan myself, I have no disappointment. Like, I'm not disappointed.
That's
at
true.
Every year's fucking
That is
disappointment.
That is true.
it.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm-
disappointment. Yeah.
I'm fine having fun, just like hoping that like these kids are good, and if they're not, like life goes on, and if they are, then like that's awesome. Like you switched over for more disappointment.
I switched over because Ezekiel Elliott just came off of being probably the best running back in college football. Dak Prescott was mediocre in college, but everyone knew he was going to be lights out in the fucking NFL, which he is, deserving be. And I thought I'd get a Super Bowl. But now by the looks of it, I don't have a backup quarterback. I don't even have a receiver. I don't have a
This guy's
tackle.
worried about what's his name?
backup
Cooper Rush and Will Greer not.
They're
being on the
coming
active
back.
roster.
They're coming
don't have
back
a
once
backup
people go
quarterback.
on IR.
I don't have a backup quarterback. I don't have a
Alec,
receiver.
Alec,
I don't
believe this was written in the Laying the Points chat. I believe it was written in the fantasy football chat. But Bacano said the Cowboys got worse today. Louis asked him how they got worse, and he said because they cut Cooper Rush and Will Greer. And I said,
And Ben
they cut
DiNucci.
their second
Ben
And
quarterback,
Ben DiNucci.
and that means they got worse today. That means they got better.
It shows how much faith they have in Dak Prescott's ankle.
For real.
We don't have a backup quarterback. We don't have a receiver other than CeeDee Lamb. We have one offensive lineman by the name of Zach Martin, who may or may not. I think he might fucking boycott at this point. He might just let he might let Thibodeau just destroy Dak's ankle. at this point, like it's just so bad. And Mike McCarthy's just feeble. He's just absolutely he gives me so. And Trayvon Diggs, I don't even want to get into it, but
Not a real corner. He's fake.
so-
He's fraudulent.
He's just so bad, dude. And I said it last year. I'm like, dude, like he's got like how many interceptions did he have last year? Like 20? How many interceptions did he have?
Don't
I think it
matter.
was like 13 or something.
Yeah, he had like
Something
13
around
interceptions like that. Like every single one of them was like either a terrible ball thrown or he just absolutely just guessed. He basically just guessed and took a huge gamble on himself. And he did it. He fucking caught the ball. A lot of turnovers, but he fucking sucks. He's fucking terrible. This is going to be a horrible day. And plus, I don't think anyone else knows this. I also have a college football team officially. It is the Texas Longhorns. Hook 'em, baby. Hook 'em. Arch Manning's the future. Quinn Ewers is the even. Well, Arch
Again,
Manning's the future.
why do you do this to yourself?
And it's like you do this as like
They're
a
bad.
joke. Like you take like the most obvious like.
Well, no.
Like, are you joking or are you not joking?
I'm not joking. I told you I bought the Arch Manning jersey, and it's on the way. It's coming from China. The
Okay, but
second
he's not even playing
He's
this
got
year.
the DHK jersey.
yeah, it's fine. Like I still need it. Like what the fuck?
No, respect on the jersey, but he's not even playing. Oh my God, fucking go. Marte.
Starlin.
No,
Oh.
we you gotta just look at it from this way. It's the same thing with the Cowboys. They have such a bright future. Something
Fuck yeah.
is gonna come within it. Quinn Ewers is the present. Arch is the future. Sarkisian is a great coach, an amazing recruiter. Amazing recruiter. Come on. Let's just say it that way. But I know they're gonna get shit pumped by Alabama and on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys are gonna get absolutely clobbered by Tom Brady. Not even the Buccaneers, by Tom Brady. Lewis, on to you.
I have a couple of things to say. So the reason I'm looking down on you guys and not fully on the screen, my phone's on the charger, and I'm watching the Met game. Let's go Mets. I have the Mets to win the World Series at plus 950. I know it's getting kind of ridiculous, with all the futures, which brings me into my next point, being that I have my Super Bowl pick for this year, and it is the Denver Broncos. Top to bottom,
Broncos
probably
country.
the deepest team in the league. Russell Wilson, Broncos country. Let's ride. Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm glad we're back.
Lewis, I have a question for you when it comes to the Broncos. How do you feel that legendary backup quarterback Josh Johnson got cut? Like the Cowboys, I will argue that their offense got worse yesterday. But
you see guys like that, they're a huge part of the team, but at the end of the day, as long as you have Russell Wilson back there, that's all I'm worried about.
I figured you say that. So
Yep. Pretty simple. Plus 2,000, by the way, on the Broncos.
That's not bad.
Plus
It's just
2,000.
that AFC West is, A, he's in the AFC West. B, they play the NFC West this year. It's just, it's going to be a tough, they got to be up there in terms of strength of
Yeah,
schedule.
it's tough. It's tough.
They just got to make it out, though.
I think, offensive coach, the guy who was just coaching Rodgers to back-to-back. He's offensive coordinator for Rodgers, back-to-back MVPs. Good run game, solid defense.
Javonte Williams is a beast.
I love it. Kind of reminds me of the Rams and the Bucks. Not as much top-tier talent, but
does it remind you of the Rams and the Bucks because they went from having terrible quarterbacks to Hall of Famers?
yes, but they also went to solid teams, solid roster around them before they got there. And then boom, that was, the missing piece.
I'll give you that.
The perfect storm. Let's go 4 in a row, baby. 4 in a row. Fuck. I have to get I need to cop some jerseys, that's for sure.
You're gonna have to get
Cup jersey.
You got to get like 4. You should get.
It's a lot of jerseys. It's a lot. It's honestly a lot of money.
I think the last 4. I think the last 3 Super Bowl teams should mail you a ring. If I'm being honest.
I'm the reason that they're winning. I told the guy that
Obviously.
in Foxwoods, the guy behind who was taking the bets. We were just bullshitting with him. We got into football. I was like, I had the last 2 Super Bowl winners. He was like, oh yeah, me too. I was like, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. No. I was like, yeah, the Rams, and then who else? He was like, he couldn't think. But I was like, the Bucks. He was like, oh yeah, and I was like, yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Smell the cap on that one.
Yeah, it's called cap on his ass, but either way, 4 in a row.
Well, team I want to talk about, they're not necessarily Super Bowl contenders, but I think my Pats, they're gonna suck this year. It's just the writing's on the wall. They're putting in a whole new offense. Mac Jones not looking great.
Whole new offense. You have 2 defensive coordinators as your offensive coordinators,
and they want to put in the Kyle Shanahan zone run, or they want to put in the zone run scheme rather than going away from the power run that they've been in. It's just it's not good. A lot of the beat reporters saying they might just fully punt on the season. So that being said, I'm taking my bandwagon to a team that, I mean, we've talked about plenty of times on this podcast before. If you remember back to the OG days, I'm talking about the home of deep dish pizza, the Chicago Bears.
Oh my God.
They have been absolutely disrespected this offseason. You know, their win total currently set at 6.5.
Bet the under. Bet
it is
the under.
one of the under is like the most popular futures bet right now. And I don't see it. They've got the 4th easiest strength of schedule in the NFL this year, which is just wild. And they've got a nice young team.
They suck.
They don't have a receiver.
They have Darnell Mooney, money with 2 O's.
They have
baby.
1 receiver, 1 running back, and a half decent tight end.
All right,
Alec, last time we did this,
And they're
595 days
they're
ago.
trading their best defensive player. They're just trading him. Roquan Smith. I'm pretty sure
they're not trading him. No. They're gonna. I think they decided.
No, they
he's gonna play
came
or
out. They're not going to trade him. They'll wait till next offseason to trade him.
Oh,
But-
okay. Okay.
But he won't want to trade next offseason.
They
he
lost
won't.
their
Alex-
best defensive lineman. Akeem Hicks is gone. He's on the Bucks. So
right.
that team is horrendous. If you ask me. Bet
Okay,
the
but
under. I actually bet them to be the worst team in the NFL. Do that.
no
Plus 1,000.
shot.
Plus
That's
1,000.
that's the
I
Patriots.
have it. Do it. Worth the
Listen,
risk.
Lou, you and
Worth
I,
the risk.
we've got our side bet, which I'll key the pod in on. Giants, excuse me, versus the Bears. Whoever, I've got the Bears. Louis got his Giants. I think that the Bears gonna come out. They're gonna have a better season than the Giants. Just listen to this hypothetical schedule. All right, this is who they've got. This is what makes the 4th easiest strength of schedule. First 2 weeks, they're getting their shit rocked. They're playing San Fran. They're playing Green Bay. That's fine. They're gonna lose those games. Week 3, fucking Texans at home, easy W. Week 4, playing the Giants, easy W. Week 5, they're at Minnesota. You know, you're going to split your divisional games more than likely. I'll give them a loss on that one. Then week 6, they get the Commies, the Manders. That's a win. Week 7,
Commies.
they're playing the Patriots. That's a win. That's easy.
They're going to beat the Patriots and the Commanders and the Giants.
Yes, 100%.
I think
Okay.
you guys should hold hands walking into MetLife for that game. I really do.
Yeah, you should come, Alex.
I'll pull up. What is that? The 13th? I'll pull up. Why not?
That's October.
Oh no, that's October
2nd.
2nd. I don't know if I can do that one if we're going to the Sox like the week before.
Sheesh.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's in the cards. But
Yeah, no, dude. The Bears are literally a terrible team. I don't know why you like them.
they've
so
got
much. It's
easy
because
wins.
Justin Fields, and you think their schedule is easy? It's not going to be easy. Their O-line
Gonna be
sucks.
easy. 3-0 in the
defense.
preseason. They just got Alex Leatherwood, who was cast off by the Raiders from their dog shit regime before that.
I actually
They're just
can't believe that
cutting
you
weight.
think that's a good thing.
I think it's a great thing. There's only room to improve. And if he still sucks, then he doesn't play. It's as simple as that. They fucking got him for free, basically.
For the listeners
it's
that
free
can't
money.
see this, Alec has them beating the Green Bay Packers and
No, you
Eagles at home.
listen to this though. Okay, they play the
Alec has them
Packers.
beating the Packers and the Eagles at home.
I have
There is no way.
No. I have context to that Packers game. So the 3 games before that, they played the Jets, Falcons, and Lions at home. They play the Falcons and Jets on the road, but the Lions are at home. Those are 3 easy wins. They play the Dolphins the week before that. They could win that, maybe. I don't know. Either way, they're riding a 3 or 4 game win streak into a game at home against the Green Bay Packers, who have Alan Lazard and then nobody else for receivers. I could easily see them winning that game. Then they get
They
the
have a
bye week.
fantastic defense.
Doesn't matter. All they need to do is just barely outscore them. And again, they're on this big win streak. They're on the high. I feel like you could take that game at home. Then they get a bye week. Then they get the Eagles at home. You just keep riding the momentum. That's where I had that. It's a 50-50, but either way, 6.5 wins. When you play the Lions, Falcons, Jets, Patriots, fucking Giants, and Texans, that's 6 free wins right there. All you have to do is win one more game. Beat the Lions on the road once. That's all you have to do. That's 7 wins. Boom, that's your over. All you got to do. And they got rid of Matt Nagy. That's all that matters. Fucking worst coach in the history of the NFL. I'm done with the Bears. Y'all know where I'm at. When we come back at the end of the season, Lou gives me my money. I'll be rocking a Justin Fields jersey.
You actually should be rocking an Alex Leatherwood jersey.
I'll get both. I mean, shit, I'll be a rich man by then.
Alex Leatherwood.
Alec, I'll only ride your Bears argument if you say that deep dish is better than whatever fucking Boston has. What, the lobster roll?
Oh, yeah, it's better than a lobster roll. I mean, lobster roll is whatever, but deep dish is not better than gumbo. That was the OG one.
I still can't get past that, but okay.
I mean, they got their ass kicked on that game, I'm pretty sure.
They did. Every single time I said the Bears would win, and every single time I would say Bears money line, they would get absolutely shit pumped.
Maybe it's my turn, I guess, to ride the Bears hype. Or maybe
now
I'll change their fate.
Everyone called me an idiot, Alec, so you're going to get this feeling now. Congratulations.
Jacob deGrom is almost no-hitter through 4.
How many strikeouts?
I
almost took it. Was like 8.5 today.
4.
You only had 2. Oh, it was 4. Wow.
All right, Tyler. What are you feeling? What are you passionate about here?
Oh man. So I wrote a little spiel that I'm trying to memorize. So I'm gonna try to say it. I'm not gonna read it over.
What is it, like a poem?
Yeah, I typed it out. Just a little spiel. You know how it's like the old days, how we used to write like what we used to do, you know. But this time
I wrote mine.
I meant to say this before. I've been trying to work on in the past 95 days?
Yep.
Yeah, the profanity on the pod was like out of control.
That's what I was told when we first started. Yeah.
If you guys have noticed, we've been a little more reserved today. I don't think it happened. Like, I was going to say this before, but I honestly forgot. But you could see the more calm demeanor.
We've grown.
You've been here before, you know? Act like you've been there before, you know?
Exactly.
Like the speech they give at halftime of a football movie.
This isn't our first rodeo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're much more relaxed now.
We used to record and we used to like look at each other and be like, this is like, we're angry. We were so pissed.
I think we were just a little hyped up. But deGrom struck him out, 4 fucking innings, no hit.
As you curse. Okay, so back to my passion. I came in here mainly ready to talk about my college football picks, but I don't want to do that just yet. I feel like we're going to save that towards the end. So really, I would love to talk about the one sport we haven't really talked about, maybe baseball and my New York Yankees. But to be honest, I don't want to really talk about them because they're horrible.
Garbage.
So I think I'm just going to wait.
Fable.
I think I'm just going to wait for college football picks because I don't really feel like talking about the Yankees, about how if I was their GM, life would be different, and how Dom is right, you know, stuff like that. But I don't really want to talk about it. I think we're going to save that more for like a baseball centered pod one day.
At least you have your Judge MVP bet. That's clutch.
That's true. I mean, that's free money.
Who cares what happens? Who cares what happens if they make the World Series or not?
That's what I'm trying to say. Is they're not making the World Series. They might not even make the ALCS. But in the end of the day, Judge. Let's hear your 3 opinions, and let's pretend I don't have this bet in. I know it's hard because you guys know I have the bet. Who is your AL MVP right now?
Judge.
Aaron Judge. It's not even close.
Yeah. No, I mean he's running away with that right now. I mean you can't say Ohtani or the Angel. You know, it's free. It's Judge.
It was hysterical when they walked him. They intentionally walked him twice the other day, and then they pitched to him and he hit a fucking homer. I was like, yep.
I would also say Judge, but I was watching MLB Network yesterday, and they were saying that for this year alone, there should be a new award called the Most Outstanding Player, and that should go to Shohei Ohtani.
But and that's why this is stupid. As long as Shohei Ohtani is in the league, then he is the most outstanding player. And it's like I'm not going to like I'm not going to just like pretend
You
what
make
he's doing.
you
is
make a good point.
amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like, so you're trying to tell me that every year that Ohtani plays baseball, he should be the MVP just because he pitches and hits? You know what I mean? Like,
You should break it up like
can't be like-
fantasy. He gets his
It's like-
Cy Young
it's
votes and he gets his AL
exactly. It's
MVP
almost like
votes
you
as
can't
batter.
combine them. I don't know how it is, but yes, listen, what Ohtani is doing is awesome, and he's having another great year. But it's like what Judge is doing, you cannot tell me that he's not the MVP. You
He's
just can't do it.
carrying those feeble Yankees.
Yes, you cannot do it. He is going to hit 61 or more homers. He is going
I
to.
don't
hit
even think it's like a
in the-
conversation. Like it's like, yeah, Aaron Judge is the
shouldn't
MVP. End of
That's
conversation.
the thing. Is like, I don't think it should be a conversation, but it just seems like it is. Like still, which is upsetting. Like it seems like to some like on Twitter and MLB Network and things like that, it is a conversation. It's making me really mad. And we never said what it was. It's plus 2,200 for 2,200.
Damn.
Aaron Judge. That's the only baseball bet I put in all year. I did not take anything else. But it was just
Okay.
Aaron Judge is on his contract. And I'm saying futures wise.
Okay. That's fair.
Like Aaron Judge is on his contract year. He turned down all that money. The money went public. He kind of has no choice but to win MVP. Or he's, in my opinion, I think it would be almost like embarrassing for him. Like it would be
Like Juan Soto.
It would be like an embarrassing look. Like the money. Like what? Like everyone now knows how much money you were offered. Everyone now knows that you declined it. I just think it would be really embarrassing if like you bet on yourself and then you lost. So, but Aaron Judge isn't a loser. You know what I mean? His team is a loser, but he's not a loser.
Right.
Respect.
So he didn't lose. Yeah, and that's it. I don't really want to talk much more about that. I'm ready to get. I'm here for my football picks now because that's what it's all about.
We got week 1 college football this weekend. You said you were excited, so let's see what you got for us.
Yeah, sure. I'll start us off, dude. So, I know we just talked a little bit about baseball, and I said I haven't taken anything. I meant future-wise, but I obviously have bet. And I would like to say that I've been saying this for years now, and Lou could probably attest to it because me and Lou have been together for a while, even though Lou actually just disappeared.
We lost
from
Lewis.
the chat. But
He's in the waiting room. I'll get him back in. Admit him. Get him back. Luis. He's Luis. Are you back?
Sorry about that. Sorry about
Welcome
that.
back. Welcome back.
all right, so
Can you guys
let
still
start
see
out.
me right now?
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
you.
All right.
So what I was saying is that before I get into my picks, and we're talking about the baseball season, I want to make it clear that I had a pretty unbelievable summer. And what I was saying is that I've said this before, and Lou's can attest to it. I've always thought I was a pretty elite baseball bettor. I've always said that was my best sport. And for now, the 4th straight year, it's proven. Just unbelievable.
These are not lies, folks.
Factual
It's just-
statements.
It is incredibly unbelievable what I've done this summer. Nerfies, unders, money lines, occasional overs, but it's just
The occasional
Yeah.
overs club.
Occasional.
it's truly unbelievable what I have done. And
He does have flaws when he takes Carlos Carrasco versus what was it, the Atlanta Braves?
Mhm.
That was his only flaw.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Was that
wasn't
your
my-
pick?
It wasn't my play. It was the comments.
Cannot
And
confirm
As-
nor deny. Cannot confirm. nor
What about
deny
the
that Tyler-
listen, for new members on the pod, but mainly for people, the reoccurring listeners, Bacano blows at betting. And it was on me for following his bet when I was on a high. Like, why would I stoop down to his level? I don't know, but I did. But
cannot confirm nor
Jesus
deny
Christ.
that he also broke my Venmo. So
Who are we giving the blame to on the Grays too for from Toga? Whose idea was the Grays?
the Braves.
Is that Luis?
It was Lewis.
Probably like
He's
one
always-
time they fucking lost in June or something.
We always bet the Grays, so then we took a Grave.
You said the Grays. I thought you said the Braves. Yeah, the Graves no score was like me. It's like me and Tyler's thing. If you see 2 pitchers with the last name,
Same last name.
same last
take it.
name, you have to take the Noe.
oh, you
And
thought
it-
the horse is gray? That's great.
Yeah, the horse has to be gray.
Yeah. It's
Alright, so
also a
we'll
well-known fact.
continue.
Shout out to Dave Portnoy.
So listen, I wish we had the pods in the summer. And I would have been able to hear everything. But whatever. It is what it is. But now let's get into the college football. So for these picks, I've always looked at myself as the confident leader of the group, whether that's being the funniest, best looking, best picks, the creator of laying the points, whatever it might be. I've always looked at myself as somewhat of a leader.
That is Kev. I definitely created the name, but we can keep going.
Listen, I definitely did. But I'm going to be honest, and I'm not insanely prepared today, but I don't want that to take away from the fact that I'm incredibly confident with these picks I do have. When I say I'm not prepared, I mean I just don't have like crazy trends or reasoning behind it. This was all just from the heart and from feel. So I'm going to start us off with the Thursday night special. And this isn't one of my favorite plays, but it's the Thursday night special because everyone knows there are games tomorrow, or should I say tonight. Pittsburgh, West Virginia. I'm going to take the under 52 in this game simply because both teams have two new offenses, two new quarterbacks, and I think there's just going to be a lot of sloppy mistakes. Pittsburgh just lost they're one of the best quarterbacks they've ever had, along with the best wide receiver they had, and they're getting the USC guy. What's his name?
Slovis.
He blows.
Slovis.
He freaking blows. He blows. Okay, he's bad. And then I don't even know who the hell West Virginia has at quarterback, but I know he ain't.
JT Daniels.
Yeah,
JT
come on now.
Oh my God, Mountaineers, let's ride. I forgot about that.
Death taxes and JT Daniels being in
Canada.
That
college.
changes nothing. He got run out of Georgia for a reason. It's because he sucks. So I'm gonna go under 52. I think it's gonna be sloppy. That's my Thursday night special. It's really not anything crazy though. And then my 3 plays.
Are you gonna have a Thursday night special like all the time?
Yeah, most likely.
All right.
Most likely. Those are usually
Just
the crappier games.
Chef
I remember
special.
a few times like Maryland played in a few of those games when we rode Maryland and they would lose by like 40 or something. But there's always a Thursday night special. And there's always like a Big Ten. There's always a Big Ten team that usually plays on Thursday nights, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get into the picks. I'm just going to go first pick, Cincinnati +6 against Arkansas. Okay? I think people might look at this pick, and these are both ranked teams. Cincinnati was a top 4 team, but they just lost Ritter, and they just lost it's under the Sauce Gardner. I think that doesn't really matter because Ritter was an amazing fit for Cincinnati. He probably was like if you could build a player for them in that offense, he really did fit well. But Cincinnati has been up and coming a ranked team for a very long time now. Luke Fickell and that whole Cincinnati team, they're not just going to stop now. They still have a great class. They still have great quarterbacks. I don't remember the quarterback name, but I know for a fact he's not a huge step down from Ritter. And I just think they can stay within a touchdown from Arkansas. If I'm not mistaken as well, I also saw a Barstool post that Cincinnati is 7-0 in their last 7 openers. And with that being said, Ritter has definitely not been there for 7 straight years, so they can win without him. Proven they can win without him. So Cincy +6 is first pick. Second pick, I think Alec might like this one because it involves one of his favorite college players. Buffalo +24 against Maryland. Okay.
Who's my favorite player? Mini Tua?
Fake Tua is your
fuck
favorite
fake
player.
Tua.
I'm thinking Buffalo +24 against Maryland. Why? Because if Maryland sucks, their defense is absolutely horrible. Fake Tua is horrible because he's a righty version of Tua. He always turns the ball over and always stinks. And Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken, always has a decent offense, always a very decent run game, decent pass game. They're returning their quarterback and their receiver. And I think they're able to keep within 24 points against just a really bad team. I know it's not Maction, but I think the Max about to show up and cover. You know what I mean? Last play, Georgia. I forgot who they're Georgia, Oregon, over. Whatever the number is, over. I think Georgia's going to put up points. I think their starters are going to come out and they're going to let up points, period. I think Oregon still a top team with Bo Nix, and I think they're just going to be able to score 2 touchdowns maybe with the starters in, and then if the starters come out in a blowout, they can score another touchdown. I think the over is a good play there. And that's all I have.
I like that. I like some of it, but not all of it.
Well, what's the one you don't like, Lucano, please?
Well, I guess I'll transition to. I do not like the Cincinnati +6.
Really?
I don't really understand why Arkansas is only getting 6.5. Like they're only beating them by a touchdown. There's no way. KJ Jefferson still is there.
He's there, but it's like they don't have their receiver who was like in my opinion, their only offense. And then Jefferson really wasn't like that good of a quarterback.
Yeah, but you got to think about it this way. Cincinnati just lost like 90% of their defense.
I know that.
They lost
just,
two corners and a couple linebacker and an edge guy.
Bearcats.
I don't know. Listen,
They're always gritty, though. It's a very gritty.
I know
team.
they're always gritty, but I just
DeGrom gave up his first hit right past Lindor. God damn it.
I just don't know. I just cannot see a world where you have your returning quarterback minus your top receiver, but a lot of your offense is coming back at home. I just don't see them losing.
I know that they lost most of their defense. They didn't even really have big defensive guys, but Cincinnati is returning all 5 of their starting linemen. If I'm not mistaken, they have a quarterback that is supposed to be the next Desmond Ridder. I think they're going to be able to score. And yes, they lost the best cornerback along with a couple of other really good defensive pieces, but I'm just not impressed by Arkansas. You know what I mean? They did impress me a lot as the year went on, but that was mainly because Treylon Burks was just big body against everyone. But it had nothing to do with their quarterback, in my opinion.
I'll agree with you there. Another one I'm going to say is Oregon +17. I also agree with you in the over, but
fat line.
I know, yeah, but my statement about that is that even though Georgia is a powerhouse, they lost a lot of their defense and a lot of their offense. The mailman Stetson is there, but they lost George Pickens. They lost their running back. They lost some of their offensive line. They do have 2 of the best tight ends in the country with Bowers and Gilbert, who are both elite, both NFL talents. Their defense is NFL, but you got to think about it this way. I don't think you know this, Tyler. You may or may not, but Dan Lanning, former defensive coordinator of Georgia, is now the new head coach in Oregon. Bo Nix historically doesn't do well versus Georgia, but I feel like in a new uniform, he's going to put up points versus a fairly new Georgia defense. I'm not going to say it's all new, but it's a fairly new Georgia defense.
Yeah, and I really do like the over. I'm not going to take a side, but I do think the over is a good play. And if I remember this clearly, I think Lou and everyone else does too. Oregon upset Ohio State last year. What, week 2?
Week 2.
As 14-point underdogs or some I'm pretty sure big time underdogs upset the crap out of them.
The only thing that they lost this past season was Kayvon Thibodeau, Lou's favorite player.
They still got the best middle linebacker in the league, don't they?
Yes.
Prayers up for Kayvon.
I got 2 more for you guys. I got Ohio State is going to shit pump Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame is going to be horrendous this year. No disrespect to Marcus Freeman. I think he's going to be the new thing in God's country, Notre Dame. But they don't really have players. They're starting a freshman basically. They're starting a lot of freshmen. They're starting a freshman at quarterback. Ohio State's going to be angry. That Ohio State is also my number 1 team in the country and my future national champion. Book it right now. Jackson Smith, Ninjiba, whatever way you say his last name, for Heisman. We'll talk about that maybe next pod. But lastly, Lou, I know you're going to agree with me in this, is Florida. Utah, Florida +3. My main reasoning for this is because of the fact that historically – Pac-12 teams do not play very well versus the SEC, aka the monster in college football. So
it's like Oregon versus Georgia,
but I'm not saying that Oregon's gonna win that game. I just think they cover. But anyways, but back to my point on this: why is the number 5 team in the country, number 6 team in the country, only getting 3 versus a historically recent recently. Sorry,
Oh my
You
god.
got it. You can do it.
I'm having a stroke. Recently feeble, historically recently feeble Florida team. Lou's dying over there.
Man.
Recently feeble Florida team.
They don't
When
have
was
the
the last
Kyle
time-
squared. They didn't have the
Last-
Kyle squared
I think we
connection
understand what
anymore.
you're saying. We understand what you're saying.
Last time we were on this pod, Kyle Squared was on the verge to a national championship, and then they saw Nick Saban walk out of the tunnel. They were like, "Oh shit!" You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, they're the powerhouse, but Utah is just a small fish in a big sea. Give me the Gators, chomp chomp. New coach too. New coach, and their quarterback apparently is supposed to be like the next Cam Newton, so to speak. He's built like him. He can run like him. He can throw like him.
AR-15.
AR-15.
Really?
I don't think
Ooh.
that's his nickname anymore. I don't think he liked that, so I think he changed it. But
I would probably change
You
it too.
can't. You can't change your own
Yeah.
nickname. Come on,
No, I think-
AK-47. It's a great.
no, I
nickname.
think he actually.
Well, you
I
can
think he
change
actually
your
did.
jersey number. You know?
I guess
Oh,
I'll go
yeah.
now. Are we gonna do something on like NFL picks as well, or can I tell
No.
these people my futures?
Say what you want. You know, if you don't want to,
Because I don't have too much in college football other than the Florida Gators. Chomp chomp.
All right. So yeah,
and
sprinkle some futures knowledge on us.
Chomp
Wait,
chomp
wait,
in the
really-
swamp.
Wait, Lou, really quickly, let me say something about college football.
Chomp chomp in the swamp.
Well, no,
That's
I
all I
still
have to
got some
say.
college football I want to talk, but I want
Okay, wait. Let me say this quickly because this is all I really have to say for the rest of the time. I do like Utah a lot, but I do think that this probably is the biggest trap line on the board. It's like, why is Utah's number 5 ranked right now, correct, Nakano?
I think they're number 6. I'm pretty sure Clemson.
Okay.
Oh no, they are 5.
You don't want to go
I
into the
apologize.
swamp in week
Why
1
is-
as a top 10.
why-
You don't want to do that. You don't want
Bro,
to do that.
I don't think anyone's truly scared of the swamp and what Florida has done since, like last year, they were horrible ever since college track left. I think it is a true trap. They're like, why is a top 10 team like 3-point favorites against a really bad unranked Florida team? And maybe because they're really bad to the public, or like to the but maybe they're just not that bad. So
They're not going to be that bad. They're still SEC. They're probably got more
No, I
recruits
know.
this year with
I
the
know,
new
I
like
know.
NIL
And that's
thing.
why
So.
I think Utah is a pretty ginormous trap. Like you can't tell, like the number 6 overall team is, or number 5 overall team is -3 on the road against an unranked team. Like you're going to take Utah, but that's why we're not going to do it because we're smarter here on lane.
Shout out Nico Ganaris.
We're that makes no sense. He went to
He went to the University of
Oh,
Miami.
he went to Miami. Fuck. I thought he was a Gator. Oh, shout out Anthony
Two.
Petre.
Oh yeah, Anthony Pacheco.
My
I forgot
second
about that.
thing. Now listen to this. Speaking of traps and whatnot, I saw something today about Ohio State Notre Dame, and Notre Dame. What is Notre Dame's rank, Picano? Because
I believe that they're 6.
so. They're the number 6 team against the number 1 team. They are 17-point underdogs. I feel like everyone looks at that and you're like, I'm going to take Notre Dame plus 17. I think that might be a trap as well, and I think they just get the absolute shit kicked out of them, like they're playing Alabama in a playoff game. They just don't.
Yeah, I
belong.
also think Ohio State might roll them and just
I just think they don't belong. But
flat
I
out
think
kick their ass.
I think it is truly a
I mean, it
trappish
could be a close
line.
game. It could be a 14-point game going into the fourth quarter, and it could end in
But I'm
it could
saying,
end
like,
in a 31-point game. Like
to the average person. You look at the rankings and you're like, number 1 and number 5, they shouldn't be 17 points difference. So, like, I think-
that should be like 10. Like
Ohio State's
realistically,
one
that should
or
be 10.
Bama's one.
So I think
Oh.
to the average person, like you might look at that and be like, "Oh, Notre Dame."
Ohio State is
Notre Dame was
Ohio
pretty
State's
good,
number
but
1 team in the
I'm
country.
saying I don't. I think it's a trap. I think
Ohio-
Utah and Notre Dame look incredibly good to the average eye, but I think they're both going to lose.
Oh, I
I see what you're
apologize.
saying.
Ohio State's number 2 team in the country.
Bama 1.
Georgia's number 1.
Yeah,
Georgia?
Bama.
It's Bama, Ohio State, Georgia, Clemson.
Oh, I thought they did
Uh,
Georgia. Okay.
Yeah. How
But still.
Clemson's off topic?
Okay,
How
so
Clemson's the number 4 team in the country?
One
is
and
beyond
one
me.
and is even 2 and whatever is even crazier to think that they're that big of underdogs and they're even closer in rankings. I just think to the average eye, that looks like the easiest play to make is on Utah and Notre Dame, and I think I'm going to lean both the opposites.
A couple of my personal favorites. I'll be honest, I don't know much about college football, so I'm sticking with what I know till we get some trends on the season. First one's a little bit of a sprinkle. My boy Grayson Mccall down in Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers. That's my favorite player in college football. I think the line is 3.5 against Army in little Saturday night football.
I think it might be 2 now.
2.5. Sorry, I misspoke. It's less than a field goal, and Army only runs the ball. I got to hammer my boys, CCU, who I thought should have made the college football playoff. I don't remember if it was the year that we were doing the pod 2 years ago or if it was last year. Either way, it's a little bit of a sprinkle. No, it was a joke, but when it was all up in the air, I was like, bro, give it to my boys CCU. They were ranked 11.
It was when Zach Wilson was at BYU still.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's when we were doing it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my little sprinkle, little hometown favorite. Second pick listen, good teams win games, great teams cover spreads. And a team that I think could cover a lot of spreads this year is the noted worst team in Division I, the UMass Minutemen. Listen, they're awful. They're gonna win maybe a game all year when they play UConn, but they brought back Dom Brown, defensive mastermind. The program's best ever stretch was with him as head coach from 04 to 08. So, they're primed. They got Vinatieri's kid. He's a baller, I guess. I don't know. I don't know kicking, but hey, maybe he'll kick a couple field goals, keep spreads close. Records-wise, going off last year's records, they've got the easiest schedule in Division I because they're garbage. So, they're playing garbage teams. You guys might not know this, but I worked in the media department at UMass when I was a senior last year. So we would film the games and whatnot. And so I was at the spring ball games, and the boys, Dom Brown, everybody there, they're pretty fired up. For as fired up as you can be for being the UMass Minutemen. So I don't know. You come out, you're playing Tulane week 1, who is supposed to be one of the worst teams that they play this year. And they open, they're 29.5-point dogs to, again, not a great Tulane, Green Wave, whatever the fuck their name is, team. I don't think they're going to lose by 4 touchdowns with a defensive mastermind at coach and semi-competent running back and a guy who can maybe kick a field goal. I think that adds up to less than 4 touchdowns. Again, good teams win games, great teams cover spreads. UMass Minutemen, great football team.
I love those picks, honestly.
Thank you.
I wish I could comment on the Minutemen, but
you don't have the inside knowledge like I do, all right? I was there, man.
Believe it or not, Lou, do you see who your alma mater is playing?
No, who are they playing?
The Albany.
They're playing Baylor. Jesus Christ.
They're playing Baylor.
Oof.
Are you going to be on Albany points at all, or no?
No. Definitely not.
The Great Danes won't cover.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bad day to be a Great Dane.
I miss their old logo, the cartoon Dane. Now they're just weird Dane.
They change it up. Every couple of years they gotta do something, I guess.
All right, Lou, you want to sprinkle your NFL futures on us real quick before we get out, or do you want to save that for what are you feeling?
I'll give them a few.
Give them to the boys so they can get them in before the season starts.
I'll give them a few. I don't think this line's the same anymore, but I get the Cowboys under at 10.5. They don't have the tackle that's really healthy on the roster or good. I love that bet as of right now.
100% agree as a Cowboys fan.
Thank you. I have the Broncos over 10. I have them winning the Super Bowl, so obviously we know where that's coming from. Non-biased at all. I have the Giants over 7.
Biased.
Pretty reasonable. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, the Patriots under 8.5.
As a Patriots
Yes.
fan, that's easy, free money. But you know,
They have to win 9 games. I mean, that's just not. I love Bill Belichick. It's just
they're
not-
gonna win like 3. It's gonna be a tough year. Trade Mac Jones halfway through. Get Bailey.
I got the
dipping the ball
Seahawks
zap out.
under 5.5. I don't see them winning 6 games, not with Geno Smith or Drew Lock. So, yeah, Vikings to win the division plus 225.
No
Commanders under 8 wins. I don't see them winning 9 games. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but
some solid
you want to
picks.
take you want to
Some
take
not
the
so
under.
solid picks.
You want to take the under in regular season wins, especially just with shit teams. They can't really get much better, you know. Like
Unless they're the Bears.
you want to stay away from the over because every fan, what do they want to do? They want to bet the over. They want to think their team's going to be good. No, you just bet the under on most of the shitty teams and the teams that have some hype. And what do you know? You won. So things can always get worse. Injuries, you know, trade, shit like that. So the bad teams, you just keep betting them under. And you should be successful, except for the New York Giants. Brian Daboll.
Or the
Fixing
Bengals
Daniel
last year,
Jones.
right?
All
Huh?
right,
Can't wait.
guess-
I can't wait for next week when we talk about NFL, and
Oh yeah, we'll
well,
be ready.
I can't wait till next week when we talk about NFL and
Mookie Betts homer.
three out of the 4 LTP
Jesus.
boys will be in AC this weekend for
Mookie
college
Betts.
football.
Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
Yeah, where the
Jardo.
fuck was my invite? Come on, where's Zhang? Get Zhang on hit my line. I'll pull up.
We would have to, we would have to ask Zane for a call in, and
Nah.
you would have to present him with a pretty convincing.
I'll cut him in on $50 if I win my bet with Lou. If, you know, he lets me come. But
Yeah.
now I got my fantasy draft this weekend. I'll be in Foxborough. Pull up Patriots Place for the boys.
Lou's bringing his sunglasses to AC. We're gonna have
These
a
are
great
not
old
the real
time.
ones. These are not the real ones. I think. Yeah, these are Yankee sunglasses. Believe it or not. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little Yankee logo on them.
The Ray-Bans, baby. Come on, man.
You like that shit, Tyler?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me
Hell
let me
yeah.
get him.
Got
And
you.
for everyone listening, if anyone made it this far in the pod listening, Lou was never in doubt of coming to AC, obviously. Like that's
Come to what?
I said you were never in doubt of like whether you were gonna come or not. You know,
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no.
I was very close to not coming. Shout out to the stock OTKA. Shout out to them. Go look at that chart, baby. Go look at that fucking chart.
All right. Well, I guess that's going to wrap us up for this redemption episode, this LTP revival. I think this is actually the second revival we've done. So shout out to that one. We'll catch you boys next time. Don't know exactly when that'll be, but we'll put it out on socials when we do come up with when we're going to be putting this out. So we want to thank y'all for listening. And